Hello, today is May 26, 2024, and then today we're going to talk about geometry, and then again we're going to continue our final review. Again, this is my personal final review. You need to adjust it accordingly based on your teacher's real final review. So the next thing I want to talking about is called the cylinder. How does the cylinder look like? It will look like something like that. Let's say this is the R. The height is h. So first we want to find the surface area. Okay. So look at the cylinder. They have a top, bottom, and then they have like the surface around it, right? So let's look at the bottom area. This is the R, right? Little r. That's the radius. So the surface area actually equal to pi r squared. This is just one area, and then we also had the exactly same area on the top, so that's equal to 2. And then for this one, for the side, if we use the scissors, like we cut, and then after we cut it, we expand it, so we will have something like that. So this side is exactly that side, so that's the edge. What about this side? So this side, if you cut right here, you expand it, that actually equal to the circumference of the circle, right? So it's 2 pi r. Now we know the area will be top, bottom plus the side, which is 2 pi r. This length times this length times h. So that's the surface area. What about the volume? Volume equal to base area, as we discussed last time, times height. So in other words, is this base area, which is pi r squared, times the height, which is h. Okay. So one thing I want to remind you guys is the following. If the exactly same cylinder, like that, but if we push from this side, so the whole thing, instead of upright, is going to be tilted. It's going to be tilted like that, right? So if this height still h, and then the radius still r, then the volume is still going to be the same. It's going to be pi r squared, the base area, times the height, which is h. So notice those two are exactly the same. But what about the surface area? Right? The surface area again is the bottom area plus the top area plus the side. So the bottom and top is exactly the same thing, right? It's going to be pi r squared times 2. But what about the side? The side, again, if we use the scissors, we cut right here, then we expand it. So what we have is something like that, right? So that's the parallelogram. And then we know this side, based on this, we know the height is h. What about this side? this side again is 2 pi r, right? That's the circumference of the circle. Similarly, here it's the same thing, is 2 pi r. Okay, with that being said, the surface area will be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r, which is this side, times the height. Notice they are the same as well. The next thing we want to go over is the following. What if we have something like that? To simplify it, we say those are the 90 degree, and then if this is the A, this is the B, and then this is the height h. Okay, so how do we calculate the surface area? So the surface area will be top, bottom, and then this side, and then the front side, right? So let's look at the top. Top, since A is perpendicular to B. By the way, the word perpendicular, if we have two line segments perpendicular, that means the former angle is 90 degree. Okay, so it's going to be half one leg times another leg. So that's the area. And then we have two of these, right? One at the top, one at the bottom. And then now we look at the side, and then assuming this is a 90 degree, then the side is going to be A times H, right? And then this side would be B times H. Okay, now what about this side? This side, first we need to figure out the size of this, right? Because this side we know is H. How do we find this? Again, it's the Pythagoras theorem, right? So that is going to be this side, actually square root of A squared plus B squared. And then that would be H times square root of A squared plus B squared. Simplify a little bit, the surface area will be AB plus AH plus BH plus H A squared plus B squared. Okay, now we need to look at the volume. Again, if we cut right here, right, and then if we shift up and bottom, the whole thing, the whole area is not going to change. So we can use the formula volume equal to base area times height. The base, let's say we use this. So that will be half A times B, that's the base. The height is H. So that's the volume. Okay. Let's see. Again, this is the geometry final review. This is a continuation, okay. So now let's look at something. What if we have something like that? Okay. So this is the B, this is the A, and then there's something perpendicular to there, that's H, And then we need to find out both the surface area and also the volume. Again, we need to know this. Let's say this is a C. How do we do that? Let's first look at the surface area. So there's a top area, bottom area, one side, another side, back side, and front side. So for the top, let me redraw it so it would be easier for you guys to look at. So this is A, this is B, this is H. Okay, to simplify the calculation, we just assuming those two are symmetric. Okay, if it's not symmetric, we just need be a little bit more careful. But again, the area for this is always going to be the same formula, which is surface area. That will be equal to, first let's calculate that area. That is a half, one top side plus the bottom side, and then times the height, which is h, right? Since this is just one area, we also have to consider the bottom, so we times 2. Now we need to look at the side, right? The side would be this side times this side. Okay, this side, okay, we can base on a lot of things, but in this one we need to give more angles, right? Let's say since this is the symmetrical, and if we use B, I'm just wrote right here, B subtract A, that will be the sum of this side and this side, right? But since we have two of those, we need to divide it by 2. So that will be one side from here to here. Once you use this, have this side, and then that side we can calculate. Again, that's the Pythagoras theorem, right? So that side right here, actually it is equal to one side h squared plus half b subtract a squared, right? So again, this side is going to be that h squared plus b subtract a divided by 2 squared. And then that side times the height, which is c, times c. Notice the c is outside of the square root. And then, since we had a 2 exactly the same on another side, so we use 2. Now we need to worry about the back and the front, right? So first to look at the back. Back, one side is C, another side is B, so it's B times C. And then the front, one side is A, another side is C, so it's AC. Now we finish everything for the surface area. Again, those two can cancel out. Now let's look at the volume. How do we calculate the volume? Again, if we cut right here, right? And then we notice, because that's a random cut, that area is equal to the bottom and equal to the top. So the volume, we can use the base area times the height, which is, we need to find the base area, which is half of A plus B times H, right? So that's the base. What is the height of the prism? That's the C. So that is that. And then I think we probably just stop right here for this video, because I want I don't want to take too much time, because otherwise you guys will go bored pretty quick. And then I'm gonna upload a lot of video later on to continue the review. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully you get the best grade for your final. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye bye.